Hello and welcome to Metal Sales Manufacturing Corporation's installation video. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a seasoned roofing professional, you'll learn specifics about handling metal sales materials and how they perform when properly installed. We'll also show you a few tricks to make your job easier and improve your performance. Now, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, this video is designed to help guide you through the installation process. Other tools are available to help you with the process, including printed installation guides, technical flyers, and shop drawings. Visit Metal Sales on the internet. You can download installation instructions or give us a call. Most metal sales products are built to meet or exceed industry performance standards for fire, water, and air resistance. For specifics on the product you've selected, contact your metal sales representative. The system you've selected is produced by Metal Sales Manufacturing Corporation, one of the world's leading suppliers of metal building materials. With more than 40 years of experience and facilities across the United States, Metal Sales products are known around the globe for versatility, durability, and beauty. Along with complete installation guides, Metal Sales provides up-to-date product detail and installation information on the internet, and staff is available to answer your questions. If your project already has field construction drawings that differ from the installation procedures in this video, the project's field construction drawings must take precedence. When your Metal Sales roof system is delivered, please check it for damages and make sure the quantities delivered match what's listed on the shipping list. If there are damages or if something is missing from your delivery, please notify your supplier within 24 hours. Even though metal sales materials are durable, they should be handled carefully to prevent bending the panels and scratches to the finish. If possible, keep bundles crated until they've been properly stored. If you open a bundle, recrate it before lifting it. When lifting bundles, lift from its center. Select a dry, well-ventilated place to store your metal sales panels, one that's away from heavy traffic if possible. Elevate one end of each bundle at least 2 feet so any moisture that accumulated in transit will run off. Make sure air can circulate around the bundles to avoid moisture buildup. Your roofing materials should not be stored directly on the ground. When unpacking the panels, some of the components may have a factory-applied peel-off plastic coating to protect the painted finish during shipping. Remove this protective coating before exposing the components to direct sunlight as you prepare for installation. To keep the finish crisp, avoid sliding panels or components across one another. The most important part of any construction project is safety. Installing a metal roof system is dangerous, and you should be extremely careful. Wearing personal protective gear and following OSHA guidelines is required. Use Kevlar-coated gloves to reduce the risk of abrasions and cuts when handling metal sales system components. Approved safety glasses are recommended to guard against flying debris. For additional protection, wear a hard hat, protective clothing, and a harness. Please refer to the installation guide or contact your representative for more information regarding handling and safety issues. When cutting the panels and flashings in the field, we recommend using tin snips or a nibbler-type electric tool. Be sure to wear protective eye goggles when cutting a metal sales panel. Before you begin installing your roof system, make sure the substructure is properly aligned and uniform to avoid panel distortion. If you're installing panels over a solid surface, you'll want to make sure a moisture barrier has been installed. Several types of moisture barriers are available. For maximum protection, we recommend using the MSHT self-adhering peel and stick high temp underlayment. This video will provide you with the instructions to make your new installation or re-roofing process go smoothly. First, always install panels against the prevailing wind. You'll want to make sure that your panels are always square and plumb, so the entire row will be straight and properly aligned. If you're working in an area that is regularly subjected to high winds, you'll need to space the fasteners closer together. Panels may be installed either from left to right or right to left, always from eave to peak. Also, remember that all eave moldings, gutter, and valley flashings must be installed before panel installation can begin. Once you're ready, we'll begin. We'll start by installing the box gutter. First, you'll install the gutter end caps using tube sealant and pop rivets. Next, install the box gutter flashing back against the substrate. To hold the box gutter flashing in place, fasten to the substrate with truss head wood screws 4 feet on center. Next, position the universal gutter downspout straps along every 3 feet of gutter length. Secure the strap to the box gutter using 1 pop rivet per strap. Fasten the strap to the substrate using truss head wood screws. Before installing panels, all valley flashings have to be installed. Start by positioning the valley flashings on the roof and attaching it to the substrate using a truss head wood screw. Take care to position the wood screws so that they will be covered by the Image 2 panel when it's installed. If your roof requires more than 1 valley flashing, work from eave to the peak, overlapping the flashings at least 2 inches and secure with 2 beads of tube sealant. If your roof has chimneys, skylights, or other features that require additional water diversion, field form and install the proper cricket flashings or water diverters at the high side of these features. There are 2 ways to install Image 2 panels: exposed fastened panel installation or concealed fastened panel installation. We'll begin with the exposed fastened panel installation. First, apply a row of double bead tape sealant to the top leg of the gutter flashing. Then we'll take the first panel and align it so that there is proper overhang and it's square to both the eave and the rake. You'll want to make sure this first panel is perfectly square and aligned because it will determine the alignment of all remaining panels. Next, using a truss head wood screw, fasten the panel to the substrate in the center of the fastening groove that's on the male leg of the panel. Make sure to properly align fasteners so that they meet local building codes. Now we're going to take 4 wood screws and insert them, screwing them through the panel, double bead tape sealant, flashing, and directly into the solid substrate. Making a fastening template can be a way to assure proper fastener placement. If you're working on a roof with a steep slope, or if you're in a high snow load area, the local building codes may require more than 4 screws. You'll want to snap the second panel in place, aligning the ends and snapping from one end to the other. We recommend working from the eave to the peak. Now, using a truss head wood screw, fasten the panel to the roof in the center of the groove on the male leg of the panel. Using 4 wood screws, attach the panel to the substrate, screwing through the panel, double bead tape sealant, and gutter flashing directly into the solid substrate. Continue applying panels and fastening them until you've finished covering the roof. For roofs with unique conditions like hips and valleys, you'll need to field cut the panels to ensure proper installation. Once you've covered the roof, you'll want to fill the lower end of each panel rib with tube sealant and clean off any excess sealant or debris. Congratulations! You've just roofed a building. Now let's see how to install a roof using the concealed fastened panel installation method. Apply a row of double bead tape sealant across the valley flashing about 5 inches from the center of the valley. To accommodate the panel, align and install the offset cleat, fastening it to the substrate with truss head wood screws 12 inches on center. In order to properly install your Image 2 roof panels, you'll have to field notch and hem them. Here's how to do it. First, notch both the male and female legs of the panel up to 1.5 inches. Next, bend the flat part of the panel so that it will accept the offset cleat. Now apply the sealant in the bend that you just made. It's very important that you install this first panel to make sure that everything is square and aligned properly. The first panel will determine how every other panel lays on the roof, and if it isn't aligned, none of the others will be. Slide the hemmed panel onto the offset cleat, snap the panel, and fasten it to the substrate. Fasten the panel to the substrate in the center of the fastening groove on the male leg of the panel using a truss head wood screw. The fastener must be in the center of the fastening groove, and you'll want to make sure you don't tighten the screw down too much. Also, make sure to check local building codes because fastener spacing must meet them. Now, congratulate yourself. You've just installed the first Image 2 panel. After you've notched and hemmed the second panel, apply a single bead of tube sealant inside the open hem. Place the second panel on top of the first panel so the second hemmed panel can be engaged with the offset cleat. Slide the panel toward the peak of the roof, fully engaging the offset cleat. Next, you'll want to snap the panels together, working from eave to peak. It's important that you snap the panels together in one direction. Continue on with the remaining panels, setting the hemmed panel atop the previous panel and engaging each with the offset cleat. Snap the panels together, again working from eave to peak, snapping in one direction. Once you have all the panels in place, fill each panel's lower end rib with tube sealant. If the last panel you install extends past the edge of the building, you'll have to adjust it before installing the rake detail. You'll need to cut the panel accordingly and then bend the flat part of the panel up at least 1 inch. Once you've bent the panel, or if the panel ends flush with the edge of the building, apply a row of double bead tape sealant to the flat part of the panel, either next to the panel rib or vertical field bent leg. Then position the rake against the wall onto the tape sealant. Attach the rake flashing to the substrate with wood screws all the way through the rake flashing, tape sealant, panel, and into the substrate at 12 inches on center. Attach the rake flashing to the wall panel with the appropriate fastener at 12 inches on center. After you've installed all the panels, you'll need to field cut the architectural Z closure so it fits between panel ribs. Be sure to allow an extra inch per side for the tab. Then apply a row of double bead tape sealant across each panel and the panel ribs, about 2 inches from the end. Next, install the Z closure, fastening it to the panel using 4 truss head wood screws. Now, apply a row of double bead tape sealant across the top leg of the Z closure. Make sure that you fill in any gaps or openings around the panel ribs with tube sealant. Position the pitch brake flashing onto the Z closure. Then attach it using pop rivets. Next, we'll install the rake wall. First, apply a row of double bead tape sealant to the flat part of the panel, either next to the panel rib or the vertical field bent leg, and across the top part of the end wall flashing, where the 2 flashings will lap. Now, install the rake wall and secure it to the flat pan of the Image 2 panel, using a wood screw at 12 inches on center. Apply a row of double bead tape sealant across each panel and each panel rib, about 2 inches from the end. Next, install the Z closure by fastening it to the panel using 4 truss head wood screws. You can also use foam closures as we've done here. Now, apply a row of double bead tape sealant across the top leg of the Z closure. Make sure to fill all gaps and openings around the panel ribs with tube sealant. Then position the peak flashing against the wall and onto the tape sealant. Attach the peak flashing to the roof panels using pop rivets into the top of the panel rib. Attach the peak flashing to the wall panel with the appropriate fastener at 12 inches on center. To flash the vent pipe, use a rubber roof jack or similar pipe flashing. Apply double bead tape sealant between the panel and the base of the rubber roof jack. Attach the base of the rubber roof jack to the panel using wood screws. Along the top where the boot meets the pipe, apply a continuous bead of tube sealant. If the through pipe interferes with a panel rib, you may need to relocate the through pipe. Installing a metal sales roof system is a fairly clean process, so after the work is done, there's not much left to do. Check the panel surfaces and flashings for any loose debris and metal shavings. Any dirt may be washed off with a mild detergent and water using a soft cloth. Small scratches on panel or flashing surfaces don't require touch-up painting unless they're deep enough to penetrate the substrate under the paint. If needed, only use Metal Sales approved touch-up paint. If a panel is severely scratched, dented, or penetrated, you will need to replace the entire panel. One of the best features of metal roofing is the low maintenance required for the life of the roof. Every year, inspect the flashings and roof system. Remove debris to keep the panels moisture-free. Tighten any loose fasteners and apply new sealants to any joints that need it. And if needed, wash the panel surface with a mild detergent and water. For more details about maintenance and cleaning your metal sales roof, please refer to the installation guide or visit our website. For more information about metal sales systems or for technical assistance, call us at 1-800-406-7387 or check out Metal Sales on the internet at www.metalsales.us.com. You've installed one of the finest metal roofing systems in the world, safely, easily, and correctly. Your metal roof will provide beauty and protection that's virtually maintenance-free for years to come. Congratulations on a job well done.